Alright, I'm doing a deck profile on my Evilswarms. Last year I took them to a tournament. They did really well. I ended up placing within the top, just outside the top quarter. With the Hand Artifact Trap Tricks decks running rampant, I had to make some modifications to it, so this is my version of the Evilswarms for this format. We start with 3 Evilswarm Caster, 3 Carry Kaon, because they're the 2 boss monsters of the deck, 3 Mandragora, and then I don't like doing what's the mainstream stuff, but it works. We have the Rescue Rabbit engine, Heliotrope. Most people run 3, but I only like 2, but I like Thunderbird at 2, because Azathoth, because not a whole lot of people expect him. He's really good, and if nothing else, he's just discard fodder for Bahamut. O Lantern, because he shoots things. He's just great. Tour Guide, because this deck Tour Guide gets so many answers. We'll just put it that way. Maxi, special summoning, as popular as it is, you pretty much have to. Rescue Rabbit for the 3 Heliotropes. That's the monsters. Next up we have the spells. We have 3 Mystical Space Typhoon. I know it's a dangerous card to run in this deck, with this format, however, you have this guy, so you don't care. Not too much anyway. We have 3 Pandemic, because Dark Hole and Dimensional Prison are really freaking annoying. Allure of Darkness, because it's a dark deck. Book of Moon, Dark Hole, Reinforcements, can search out Caster, so you can get your Ophion plays off really quickly. Ophion or Bahamut, if you're me, because it's really fun to steal your opponent's monsters and watch them rage. Alright, for the traps, we have 3 Fiendish Chains, because this monster effects are just too annoying in this format, which is why I also run 2 Divine Wraths, Sylvans, Hat, Gravekeepers, Fire Fist. I don't run across those very often, but they're annoying nonetheless. Mirror Force, Compulse, I'll probably take this out for a bottomless trap hole. Macrocosmos, because this just screws with so many people's decks. It's just such a beautiful card, and it doesn't mess with your deck at all. 7 Tools of the Bandit, to stop those stray trap cards that you may end up missing. Infection, search out your Evilswarms. Solemn Warning, because, well, Solemn Warning is a really good card. That's the reason why it's at 1. For the extra deck, I only have 2 Ophion, so he's at 2 right now. Once I get a 3rd, I'll be replacing a card I'll be showing you later on. 2 Bahamut. Not a lot of people expect a 2nd Bahamut, and he's just really good. He's this deck's big eye, and he can still attack the turn you use his effect. I ended up stealing a Draco sack with him in the last tournament I was in. God, the Mermail player was so angry. Ouroboros, Silent Honor Arc, self-explanatory. Ragna Zero, because it's a walking, overworked, and you get a +1 off it because you get to draw. Steel Swarm Roach, this is in here until I get my 30 Ophion, then he'll be coming out for that. Maestro, because sometimes attack power is too much for Ophion, so you need him face down so he can punch over them. And he's a bit of a jump blocker. Cowboy, because pretty obvious. Key Beetle to protect your key cards. Macrocosmos, Ophion, Bahamut, whatever you want. Gemnite Pearl, because he's a 26 beater who cannot be Fiendish Chained or Divine Wrath or whatever. Levier, because Tour Guide. Levier, Fortune Tune, and Leviathan Dragon. That's my rank 3 engine, because Levier can summon back your banished stuff, anything that was banished by either Macrocosmos or Carry Kaon. Fortune Tune, because he's a jump blocker. Unlike what people seem to show you, you're not always going to get a perfect hand, and Fortune Tune is a really good jump blocker who gives you life points and can put your Tour Guides back in your deck so you can go summon one of these later on. And Leviathan Dragon because I really don't like Acid Golem. It lets you push for game, but it's just too risky. I've never had anything good come out of using Acid Golem. Never. But that's just me. There's going to be a second Starlight Road here because Dark Hole, Malevolent Catastrophe, Black Rose, they're all really annoying cards, and this is just a safe zone card, basically. Soul Drain because nobody likes Dark Worlds, Fabled, whatever the heck else your opponent's using that goes from the grave. Hands, if nothing else. Hand. The hand monsters just, yeah, that right there. Overworked, extra siding for Fire Fists and Gravekeepers. Flying Sea, because everybody always underestimates this card, and it makes me sad, because this card has saved me so many times. If your opponent... Oftentimes your opponent is going to have to rely on their XYZ summon, and when you drop a Flying Sea and they're not able to do it, they're pretty much going to get they're pretty much screwed, and you can just sit there and punch them in the face. Anyway, that's it. I really don't know what else to say. I'm hoping to get an Exciton Knight for the deck, but I highly doubt that'll happen because I don't have a whole lot of resources. I'm gonna apologize for the shakiness of my video because I don't have a webcam on my laptop, so I have to use my phone. Anyway, thanks. Bye.